You have kids.
I have a 10-year-old, and he studies up on animals and stuff. And that monkey drank a lot of liquids.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to sit in monkey pee.
Yeah, no, he had a diaper on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I actually do also. It's just good to do.
Yeah, it is good to do.
So welcome to, and don't break my mug, please. It's the last one. We're going through mugs like crazy after that orangutan.
Right.
So I love the show, and
Thank you.
I love you. I'll get to all that later, but
okay.
Thank you.
You have a Dory here.
I brought it for you because I heard that your kid loves Dory.
He does. He loves Dory. Nemo was his first movie.
Really?
And, yeah. He's only 2 years old. And we took him probably in July, right before his second birthday. And we took his little blankie and his binky, and he would sit on my lap the whole movie. And he loved the movie so much. And then he wanted a Dory T-shirt. He loved Dory, though, more than Nemo.
What a smart kid.
He even has he has a Dory that I brought. This is his favorite little Dory right here. And this Dory cost me a lot of sex. And what I mean is... No, what I mean is...
poor thing.
No, not that way. See, my wife, for the longest time, my wife had to walk around the house, like, holding Dory at my son's height. Like, you know, he's like this tall. And she had to walk next to him, and he'd be like, he speaks Spanish, so he'd say, "Ma story," and she'd have to walk, and she'd be so tired when I get home from work that, you know.
Oh, it cost you sex. I thought it meant that you got it.
No.
Yeah, that's why I said you poor thing.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, my wife she was very mad at me. She loves you, by the way.
Oh.
She thinks you're great.
Well, she sounds great, too. What a great family.
Yeah, she's... No, she is great. She is great. She's a big fan.
Well, thank you. So I'll give you now. You have this one. You have that, and I'd like to trade you because I know that there are new Kid on the Block dolls, and I'd like to have yours. And maybe you can send me. Do you have any more dolls left?
My mother does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Does she have a lot?
She has an attic full of stuff, posters and dolls and stuff. But
All right. Well, just.
I don't really keep them myself.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm giving you something I'd like a doll. But.
Okay.
But so I really was a fan of New Kids on the Block. I mean, you were the first, unless I may be wrong, like kind of white boy band. It was like, it was Boys to Men was around.
Well, we were before the Boys to Men.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
And so that was like huge. And then you go from that to now, your acting is unbelievable, you know? I mean,
thanks.
If anybody knows that, you remember the movie Sixth Sense, right, with Bruce Willis? Do you remember the scene of the guy in the beginning? I didn't know it was you. It was such a powerful scene. If you remember this guy here, is this where I'm facing? Okay, so it was so intense.
That's me.
Rent the movie again just so you can see.
I have underwear that look like maybe what the orangutan's underwear look like right now. Nice.
I wish he was wearing
underwear.
That's nice underwear, actually. How much weight did you lose to do this?
Probably like between 35 and 40 pounds.
And did they ask you to do that, or you just thought it would be?
No, I read the script and I loved it very much, and I wanted to be a part of the movie any way I could. And I met with the director, Knight, and he's really an intuitive guy. I mean, he has some special powers, this guy. I mean, he directed Signs and wrote Signs, and everybody knows his work. But for some reason, I was really big and had been working out and was probably 185 pounds or something, and 30 years old. And I met him, and he said, well, I have this part for like a 14-year-old kid, and and he's kind of like got drug problems and this and that, and he's really tortured, and maybe you can play that. And I was like, okay. I just wanted to be in the movie so bad that I said, I'll do whatever I can to be in it. And when I went to meet with him and the producer, Frank Marshall, I saw a kid in the waiting room who looked just like the part, and I realized that I had to really become what he was, because I was all wrong for the part, and I had to Knight was sort of betting on me and maybe saw something in me that he knew that I would bring something really good to the table. So I had to really become someone else, and I became this thing here.
It is such a powerful, powerful scene. I mean, and for you to go from New Kids on the Block to, then you produced your brother, Mark Wahlberg's, what was the name of that song?
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Right.
Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations, which was a great... Now, then you produced him, and then had you always wanted to get into acting, or...
Yeah, when I started in the band in high school, in my freshman year, I also started in theater in high school. I went to one of the only public schools in Boston that had a really good theater program, and so I was doing plays and writing plays and directing plays and acting in them, and on the weekends doing shows at birthdays and bar rooms and prisons and wherever else we could get a gig.
Wow.
But you've done the same thing, Ellen, so
Well,
don't give me too much credit. I mean,
yeah.
you started as a stand-up comic, and then you were a TV star, and now you're a wonderful talk show host,
thank
among
you.
other things. So we survived, you know? We survived.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm impressed. And your acting, the show is really good and so raw and so real. And I'm thrilled to have guests that I can really look at and say, I really like your show and I really love your work.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Being here today, it was interesting for me because I kind of saw where I fit in the food chain in Hollywood. I'm not quite an Emmy-winning actor like Allison Janney, but not quite the orangutan.
Right.
Somewhere in the middle, or so I thought, but then I came out after the orangutan and realized I'm not quite at the orangutan level yet.
Yeah,
so.
well, hopefully the next time we have you back, the orangutan will follow you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That would be
let's
great.
hope so.
Yeah, that would be great.
But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, it was my pleasure.